What is up, Festival Tales fam? Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the podcast. And before we get started, a few housekeeping things. First off, you can subscribe to the podcast. We greatly appreciate that. Second, if you can leave us a review on Spotify or Apple, that really helps us out. And 3, we are now on YouTube. So check out the podcast there, as well as clips and shorts. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, where we also post clips and shorts that you can watch. We would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, Ade's got another story for us this week. What do we got going on?
All right. So this person says, this is a long one. I apologize, but it's a wild one. It's not really that long, honestly, but we'll see what he's got. So he says, for my story, I want to throw it back to my first festival because I like to look back at why I love the scene so much. Every show and festival reminds me, but nothing beats my first time. I got into EDM back in 2016 and went to my first festival the summer of 2017. I live in Washington, so Paradiso was a must. I was going to say RIP Paradiso, he says, and I was going to say RIP. RIP Paradiso. That was one I wanted to go to. Before going, I went to a fair amount of shows, so I had an idea of what music I'd like. The drive from Seattle was about 2 hours, including traffic, and we all met up at the gas station. Locals know what I mean. We filled up, got a few snacks, and crammed back in the cars to drive the last 8 or so miles until halfway there, the car we were in that had half the group broke down. Oh no. We pulled over and told everyone that something happened and tried to figure out what happened and tried a few different things, but it didn't do much. Luckily, we had a Jeep in the group, so we decided to tow it and figure it out on the campground.
Oh my gosh.
In parentheses, I want to add, we weren't the only car to break down. I want to say it was because the heat, because it was hot that year. We arrive and we didn't want to stress and just get into fest mode. So we started drinking and getting the party started. As the sun starts setting, we get more and more people. GA camping is where all the parties happened. Well, turns out a friend of a friend was planning a proposal. And once all the friends and Ray fam was there, he dropped to a knee and she said yes. And we all cheered and celebrated and continued to get fucked up into the night. Wow. Being my first festival, I just kept drinking and drinking. And then we decided to start exploring the campground to find parties. We were having some fun as a group until people started saying, wait right here, I'll be back. And everyone started doing their own thing. I went to a bathroom, but on the way back, I stumbled into a silent disco. In order to get a set of headphones, they take an idea for collateral. I was drunk. Oh, an ID, probably an ID he meant.
I think you're right.
Yeah, an
idea.
idea.
Right. Yeah. It's like, that's pretty nice of them.
There you go. An ID for collateral. I was drunk, so didn't think much of it. That's the point my wandering spirit came for festivals because I was there for a good 20 minutes before I went to find something else to do. But instead of getting my ID back like a responsible person, I just hand the headphones to someone else. Oh no. As I walked around, my group found me and asked where so-and-so was because they were rolling. So we went to look for them. And honestly, that's all I remember because I'm sure I blacked out, but did find my way back to the campground because I woke up there the next day. This is wild. We began a light pregame and started to get ready an hour before heading in. And as we started walking to the gates, we did a quick check to have candy, tickets, and ID when I realized I didn't have my state ID. I came back to the campsite and looked all through my stuff, but luckily I still had my military ID that was still valid, and the sigh of relief I can't even explain, but I was so grateful. We head in, and this is my first time at the Gorge, so I had to go look at the hill and the way it's set up. You don't get the reveal until the right moment, and it's definitely surreal seeing it. If you haven't been, you have to go. Halfway through day one, while walking around, this guy walks up to me, and to my surprise, it's a friend that I haven't seen in like 10 years, and we catch up. I wander around with him. We sneak into VIP and the main stage and explore and exchange numbers so we can catch up when we get back. That year, I got to see a lot of great sets. Only time I've seen Grizz so far, Seven Lions Sunset set into Zed's Dead, into Porter.
What? That is insane.
That is literally insane.
What? That is the best first festival
Oh,
lineup
I think
I've
I
ever
remember
heard.
this year. This was the year that people did they did Paradiso back to back, EDC back to back, Electric Forest. There's literally some friends I had in Arizona. They did all three
My
of those events
God.
back to back.
What
This was
the?
back when like EDC was back in June.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I remember seeing videos of the Porter set and I was just like, so good. Back to the story, sorry. I did see an artist that I won't name, but I just cannot get into because they made me miss Slander, who is my favorite. I didn't see them until later that year, but if I would have seen them sooner, it would have been better because I heard they killed it. When it came to leaving the festival, the dude's car was just done. So he had it towed to a nearby mechanic and had to just get rid of it. Luckily, a group nearby let us ride back into Seattle in their RV.
They just got rid of it. They just left
He
it
just
with the
got
mechanic.
I guess so. Or maybe he was just like, oh, I just have to like maybe sell the car for parts and get a new car.
That is the funniest thing ever.
That the end. He just ends the story that way. Let us ride back into Seattle in their RV. The end. That's it.
This is the best story that's been written in so far.
I
I'm
know,
convinced.
honestly. There's so many
That
like
is so.
levels to the story.
Oh my gosh. The car thing, I cannot get over that. They just because like in my head, they just left it. They didn't sell it, nothing. Like they were like, I guess just take it. And he was like, I'll sell it for parts. And this mechanic just got a free car.
Who knows?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I wonder how'd you guys get the RV? So like you flagged them down? You were hitchhiking?
Yeah, he just said, luckily a group nearby let us ride back into Seattle. So like maybe, I don't know, a group that they met.
Something.
Yeah.
Even without
He
this,
never
I'm
got
probably
his
the story's
ID
amazing.
back. He didn't go. I wonder if he ever went back to the silent disco to try to get his ID back.
He said he was black, so I guess not. He forgot.
Yeah, I could have.
I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean that's that's so weird. And they left you like an ID for collateral. That's like, I mean, I guess
I
it
mean,
makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, they couldn't have done something
for
else.
like a renegade silent disco, I feel like that's a lot. Like, unless it was by like Paradiso or like the campgrounds, like a formal activity, like I get it.
Right. Right.
But if it's like someone putting on it as like a renegade thing, that seems like a bit much to be taking people's IDs.
What are your thoughts on silent discos? Overrated, underrated. Silent discos.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Unless the setup is cool. It's all about the environment, like the whole environment that you're in. Like the silent disco at Electric Forest. Awesome. Silent disco in like a parking lot. No. Or like
you
or
comparing you're comparing like one of the best festivals to a parking lot silent disco. I would agree with you on that. I will agree with you.
like no, I've been to silent discos where it's literally just like out in concrete and like outside of the festival. Like it's just I'm like, what are we doing here? ACL, Austin City Limits, also has a silent disco, and everyone says it's so fun. It's not. It's so overhyped. It's not.
Oh, that's funny.
I
Okay.
think they're kind of overrated, honestly. I mean, it just depends.
I'm gonna say exactly where they are. They're not overrated. They're not underrated.
Yeah, they just
They're
are.
just there. Because I've had fun at some, and then others were like, "You're like, all right, let's get out
It's
of here."
also it depends on the headphone sound quality. I hate to be that person, but like if it just sounds like I have my like Apple headphones plugged in, like it doesn't really do
Gotcha.
anything for
Yeah,
me.
I want where I don't hear anything out there. I'm just hearing.
Yeah, like
Yes.
these headphones, great.
Yeah.
Like I want that kind of quality in my ears if I'm going to be at a silent disco.
Agreed. 100% agree on that. I do. I will for sure. Yeah, we did one at Spring Awakening that I remember was really fun. It was like in the middle of the festival though, and then I remember doing one at Vegas. They had one of the mini bar, not the mini bar, but one of the bars in downtown EDC.
Oh yeah.
One
They have one.
didn't like that one. I remember we were in it and we all were like, let's go.
Yeah. I just can't get over when it's like there's not just much to it, and also the music kind of meh, and also it sounds like it's like from a radio. Like it's like I could just be, I don't know. The quality kind of gets to me.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it needs to be like I want it to where I'm not hearing it. It's noise canceling. Like
Yeah.
like shit can go down out there and I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
What else was on the story?
Um,
Oh, the people he saw at this festival.
yeah, just the first day.
Insane.
I'm gonna look up that lineup.
That is
Here.
insane. That is one of the most insane first festival lineups I've ever heard. And what's funny to me about that is like you probably didn't know any of them.
He said he knew some. He knew like going
he
into
said he
it.
was going. I'm sorry. You did.
Yeah,
say
he
that.
said,
I apologize.
"Oh, I found the set times."
Oh, read them all.
Even
Give them to us.
okay, so
Hit him with the set times.
Slander was actually at like a 7:00 time.
Back before they got big.
Oh, that's interesting. So Nostalgics is on here. She's like an up and coming bass house artist, but like this was back in 2017. So even then she was like DJing. Cool. Anyway, this lineup is actually pretty crazy. So we have like on the main stage, like Lost Kings, Alan Walker, Joyride into Slander, and then you got Gareth Emery, Oliver Heldens, Seven Lions, Zed's Dead, Porter Robinson. And then on Oasis, it's like a mixture of house and trance. You got Kid, Sunburn, Anna Luneau, Griffin, Ben Nicky, Vinny Vici, Kid. Wreckage is like the bass stage. Gesture, Say My Name, Barely Alive, Back to Back Virtual Riot, Keizo, GTA, Keys and Crates, Step Focus, Flux, Pavilion, Back to Back Dr. P.
What a set that is.
That's day one. And then day two, on the main stage, got OK, Bauer, Kashmir. Oh, so Grizz was on this day. So Grizz wasn't back to back with the other ones, but still. Okay. Then Yellow Claw, Marshmallow, Tiesto, and then Oasis. Oh, Lane 8 played. Chris Lake. Oh my God. Wait, I would have lived at this one stage. You got Lay Youth, Wax Motif, Chris Lake, Lane 8. I don't know the rest of them. And then the bass stage, they had Quicks, Bleep Bloop, back to back Alex Perez, Boombox Cartel, Black Tiger Sex Machine, Andy C, Troy Boy, Getters, He Who Should Not Be Named. I almost said his name. Zomboy.
I feel like there's like 3 different He Who Should Not Be Named. And I feel really.
I actually.
I know I don't.
There's 2. There's actually 2 on. Wait. Did I actually? Oh, I didn't say one. But so there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 names on here that shall not be named anymore. BC, they're canceled because they suck as humans.
I need to look up this lineup. I think I know which 4.
Take a guess. Take a game.
All right, I'll get
one's more recently, and then one's a house one, so I don't think you're gonna get that one. And then
out of my wheelhouse.
The other 2 were last or 2020 / last year. No.
Oh, okay. Why do I think Hippie Sabotage?
No.
That's the 2 I was gonna name. Midnight Tyrannosaurus.
No.
Good Lord. Okay. Space Jesus.
So I mean, there's more.
Space Jesus.
There we go. Space Jesus.
Okay, sorry.
Space Jesus.
I named 3 more people that shouldn't be named.
Yeah. The other one was Snails, and then Gammer more recently has been in some stuff, and then the house one is Billy Kenny. He had some stuff come out, I think, in 2020.
That's a funny name.
Yeah, he's actually like banned from coming into the US too. He got caught with cocaine, and he's from Canada. He like got caught with cocaine in the TSA.
Not the place to get caught with cocaine.
Not the place, yeah.
You want to get caught anywhere, but I mean, Why not?
Yeah, so he's on he like I think he had a visa or something, so his visa got revoked from like ever being able to work in the US again. So like he literally only does like Canada festivals if he gets booked, but
Stop hitting them slopes, people. Um,
anyways, we went on a big tangent because I was curious about the rest of this lineup. Honestly, Paradiso was one I really wanted to go to,
it was
but
very,
obviously stuff went down.
I don't know the whole situation.
It was like something with it's called USC events, which always confused me because I thought of like USC the university. But it was called USC events, and it was like the event promoter out there. So like think Disco Donnie, but like the Pacific Northwest.
Gotcha.
And are mainly in Seattle. And they would do like stuff in Seattle and like Paradiso and stuff. Something happened with like contracts and Insomniac and like owing money, poor business management, I guess is what you could chalk it up to.
Yeah.
And then Insomniac basically like has taken it over, and they're doing like, Beyond Wonderland at the Gorge and like all that other stuff. And like the Gorge is just privately owned. The Gorge is basically like, like your Red Rocks where they just like bring people to it. So like they have like EDM events, but they have non-EDM events as well and stuff too. So no one really owns the Gorge because even like no like EDM promoter owns the Gorge is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because like Excision can have Lost Lands there, and or not Lost Lands, Space Canyon, that kind of stuff, and other events too.
Can't wait to go there. It's so beautiful.
I know. I want to go so bad.
For those
Though I think.
Good.
Oh, sorry. I said I think the only way what will get me to go out there is probably like if Lane 8 announces like something there.
He's gonna play at Base Canyon in 2022.
No, he's not.
Did you not see that? Him and Excision were tweeting the other day. They were like, "Come on out! I'm gonna start a house stage at Base Canyon."
Nope, I don't
like,
believe
he was like,
that.
"Can you play a little bit of bass house?" And Lane 8 was like, "I got a few tricks up my sleeve." And you're like, "Let's get it."
Lane 8 playing bass house. Okay. I honestly, Lane 8 playing Chris Lake at EDC was like the biggest surprise of my entire life because this man does not play that. He does not play Tech House or Chris Lake. I was like, what is going on? He knew where he was at. He knew he was at EDC and that I was in the crowd, and then I wanted to hear that.
Yeah, you probably didn't even hear him. This one's for Abe.
Yeah. He doesn't talk on the mic, but I think he said it to himself.
He whispered it.
Yeah. One would think.
House is slowly moving up.
You guys, Bab sent me a house song.
I know, I thought that was so funny.
I was like, what is going on?
It's so funny to me too, because I was in my head, I was like, I had just heard it first time and I was like, this is a great song. So I was like, I gotta send this to Ade, thinking like, she doesn't know this song. Like, of course you know it.
Yeah, Sid and Annabelle Unglen. Annabelle Unglen's one of my favorite like house vocalists / artists, and she's also expecting. She's gonna be a mom, which I think is so precious. She's gonna be a little house mom.
Mom's family. The guy got married with the Gorge too. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, his friend of a friend proposed.
And then they got fucked up the rest of the night, he said.
Yeah. I've never been a part of a festival proposal yet. I've seen them.
What festival weddings? Overrated. Not weddings. Sorry. Festival proposals. Overrated. Underrated.
For me,
yes.
No, don't do it. Please don't do it.
Okay.
For other people, it's cute.
Oh, by no means does our answer say you shouldn't do it. That's not what I mean at all. Like, obviously, if you're doing it, there's a reason. I think like your spouse would like that and whatnot.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah. I'm not talking bad about it. Me, I'm the same way. I would say no, I'm not doing that.
No,
it's more pressure already than I need.
Yeah. I also like, here's the thing. I'm sweating. I'm dirty, like getting down on the dance floor.
All night.
You got the festival grime on you. Like the video footage, probably not going to be great. That's just my
like gets your nails done the day before and all night. He's like, hey, why don't we just like chill out? And he like brings a portable fan. He's like, oh, you look. He's like all night. And like midnight comes, you're like, oh yes, like. But you're
like imagine like me, my dusty ass with like my like festival braids, glitter all messed up, and this guy, and he gets down on a knee. Like, of course, I'm gonna be so happy and like in the moment that I'm not gonna care about these things, but like me thinking about this now, I'm like, no, immediately no, not for me.
On your deathbed, you're like, you should have proposed differently.
Like for me, I just don't like, I want it to just be a special moment between us two.
Yeah.
Like
I think I think it comes down to like per person type of thing. And like,
yeah,
to know, I would think as a guy, I think that you would know your spouse enough to like kind of know where they would want
if they would like
how
that,
they would
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But it's cute when I see the videos of it. Like if it's like I saw it at like someone did it at a Porter Robinson show with like shows. That's cute. Like someone did it at a Porter Robinson show during like their favorite song. And even like they started cheering and Porter was like, oh, what just happened? Like, why did all these people just cheer out of nowhere? And they were like, and he was like, oh, you guys just got engaged? What's your favorite song? And then he just played their favorite song. Like, that's cute. And I would freak out if like Lane 8 was like, oh, you just got engaged? Like, I'll play your favorite song. But at a festival, I too many variables for me. I also like, I think me and the guy would freak out about the ring. Like what if you bring the ring and you lose it? And like,
oh my God, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Well, you just put it in your sock. As a callback to the previous episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't put, I mean, you could, but
like Emma, I know Emma and Lauren Hutzel, they have rings that are like for the festival specifically, so they don't actually have to wear their rings to the event.
Like a rubber one or something.
Yeah, like a rubber one kind of thing. That way it's still like is symbolic, but you're not like ones. Huh?
I don't know what that is about. Like I see like some of the guys at work have like a rubber one, and I'm like, I kind of fuck with the rubber one. Like it just looks like, I don't know, it's just because maybe I'm a guy, but I'm like,
Lauren's is cute.
I wouldn't like, I wouldn't propose with
I think Lauren has a cute little like pink one, and it's just like a cute little rubber ring. Because like, yeah, I would have the same fears about it getting dirty or like losing it or like all this stuff. But
I've seen some people get them tattooed.
Oh,
after like years. Now, I mean, I'm sure there's some that have gotten it before, but I've only seen it where like someone dating for a while, like not dating, they've been married for like a while, and there's no intention. They're like, yeah, we can. Like I lose the ring anyways. Let's just get it. Like they get like something on the finger.
Oh,
not a bad idea.
Yeah,
not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think for me, I just want a cute little gesture, that kind of thing. Nothing grand. I just want some thought put behind it a little bit and just give the notice that my nails need to be done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I've always wanted it done on a lake. Better get down on a knee on a lake. To me.
On like on a dock or on a boat?
No, in the water. We're gonna be standing. I'm just making it. I would be the one proposing. It's not a real thing. I've never thought about that in my life. Like, how would someone propose to me? No.
Yeah, you have to figure out how you're gonna do it one day.
I know. That's why as like a guy, you never think like,
yeah,
what am I gonna do? One of my buddies actually just proposed to his girlfriend, and he was telling me like, I'm gonna plan on this because, long story short, I guess his girlfriend's mother like never got like a special proposal and blah blah blah, and the dad always wanted to do it, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it like for the family. I don't know, or something like that. And he was bouncing off all these ideas and yada yada. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. And then 3 days later, he goes, yeah, I couldn't wait any longer. I just proposed it in like the kitchen. And I was like, oh, okay.
I think that's how it was for Emma and Brian too. Because I think she was having like a bad day. And so he took her on a walk and then just like proposed to her.
That is quite the cheer up method.
Yeah, right.
What does he do now? She has a bad day now. He just
Yeah.
gives up. I'm just kidding. No.
Shit about they got a puppy.
Yeah.
They have a puppy now. That was a choice between
Keeps
them.
upping it, like.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, that's so funny. That's too funny.
Yeah.
Was there anything else in this story? I think we covered.
No, this was a great story.
Great story, 100%. I
Took us on a journey.
still claim as of right now, this episode, best story yet.
Yeah.
Love all the other stories too, but this one ticks.
This one's a good one. Thank you for submitting.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.